Right, can we have nominations? Can we have nominations to chair the council meeting? Clive, could I nominate you?
I nominate Steve.
Not prepared to accept it.
Sorry, Steve, what was that?
Not prepared to accept nomination, no.
Clive, are you prepared to accept nomination?
No.
Can I raise a point of order, Mr. Chairman?
The meeting is finished. We can have an informal discussion.
Well, hang on.
No, the meeting for finance is finished.
I don't care.
Well,
Everybody else is had the same. You've got date and time of next meeting, 6th of May. That's on the eve of the general election. I don't think it's going to happen.
It's been in the diary for, I presume, 12 months. It's been in my diary for that time.
But when is the next meeting then?
Sorry?
When is the next?
The 6th of May.
On the eve of the general election?
Yeah. Right. Two people have been nominated to chair the parish council meeting.
I nominate you, Councillor Simpson, to chair the meeting. That's three people who've been nominated.
Is that seconded? Right. Move nominations closed. All right, I will chair it. What I was saying. Hang on a minute. Now then. What I was saying is I will not.
We haven't voted yet.
I know. I will not. If I go into the chair, I will not have continual interruptions either from you or any other councillor or from members of the public.
Now he's
If that is unreasonable, then so be it. But I am not prepared.
Now you're threatening people before we've
crawled from under a stone.
You're threatening people
Right.
before we've even started. That's no way to run a
I'm
meeting.
not threatening you. I'm telling you what will
No,
happen.
that's threatening behaviour in a
Will
meeting.
you stop cross-talking at me?
And will you stop shouting at me?
Right. I'm told that there are no other nominations, so I will duly declare the parish council meeting open.
You still haven't voted for it yet.
Don't need to because there weren't any other nominations.
You do need to.
Hang on a moment. There were no other nominations that were seconded.
No, there was a nomination here and a nomination there.
It wasn't. He refused to stand.
Can I
Yes, Clive, please.
Can I-
Please, Clive, please talk some sense.
just suggest that
You behave so badly. What do you expect? Right.
deferring items because councillors aren't here or it's not relevant to discuss it. Do we have to take those now or can we? I'm just trying to get through business because some items that are down there we're either not going to discuss because people aren't here and there's no point.
Could we knock them off as we get to them?
Yeah,
Just
well,
say, defer.
I'm quite happy to do that, but the record I've gone through this probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably about 13 items we can dispense with. I think.
Right, okay.
From my point of view, anyway.
Public session, presentation from a guest speaker. Miles, have you anything to say? No. Is Mrs. Williams here?
No.
No. Allow questions relating to the Anston Parish Recreation Ground, which will be related to the charity. Are any questions on that? No. Allow representations regarding planning. Well, excuse me, could we get the meeting going?
This is not important to this. Wait for anybody to answer your question.
Have you, look, if you have a question to ask relating to the parish recreation ground, would you please raise your hand?
Stop shouting at the public, will you?
You're not talking about it. That's all the time.
Right. What is your question, please?
Registered charity, which will be related to the charity, can I bring forward my question regarding the outstanding debt of £8,000 as it was presented at the meeting previously? And let's have an explanation of where we are with that.
Right. The situation is that the clerk will make a note of that question. It will be relayed to the relayed to the charity. Yes. Second question.
Can the charity lend money?
No.
Who lent money to the playground?
The technical question. I believe that basically the parish council has agreed on the repayment of the outstanding debts.
Who lent the money to the playground?
It wasn't lent. It was.
Lent.
No, it wasn't lent.
Who is
Who are the debtors?
Just wasn't collected.
But that's the same as Maloney.
No.
Right, so the playgroup didn't pay up, so does that become a debt?
Yes.
Right, who is it owed to?
The charity in the first case, but once the charity gets the repayment, it's paid across, I believe, to the parish council.
No,
Is it not?
Stops in charities account.
Okay. I'm at a slight disadvantage here because I was not part. I mean, I understand we've got a debt because they didn't pay their bills, but I wasn't part of the discussion with the playgroup people as to how they were going to offer to pay it back.
Well, you've been part of the discussion, so you do know what's
Could you just bear with me, please? I want to know who the money is actually owed to.
The state officers, the charity.
It's owed to the
Yes.
charity. Can the charity lend money?
Sorry?
I still do not understand how the debt can be owed to the charity, that the charity didn't lend them the money.
No, but if you have not paid,
I'll ask him, please.
if I've not paid my council tax bill, the borough council will pursue me. I owe them money. They haven't lent me anything.
Right.
The parish council or the charity, neither of them have lent money to the playgroup.
Right, so the playgroup didn't pay the rent,
They didn't pay their,
is that right?
yes, they didn't pay their
Right, so
bills.
it becomes a debt.
Yep.
So who do they owe the money to?
I've just said to the charity. We're going around in circles.
Charity.
Yep.
Right, so how could you let this go on, that someone is not paying their rent?
Well,
To the tune of £8,000.
it
How
did-
long did it take to rack up £8,000?
quite some time.
What does that mean? A week?
No, come on. It was.
I want to
Well,
know.
I do not know the exact answer.
Right, so how?
And this is not. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what the answer is.
If you were.
I'll tell you what the answer
If
is.
you- hang on.
Right, the answer, the reason why the debt was allowed to rack up to such a high level, from what I understand, is that the playgroup was not sent the bills on time. And at the time, the playgroup was going through quite a period of turmoil for various reasons.
Why didn't you question it as a councillor?
We did question it. But when we found out, see again,
Let's wait until now.
no, just,
When you
just,
asked that question,
if you like to listen, we can explain. When the councillors found out about the debt, we did question it. And I assure you, I questioned it, and I questioned it more than some of the Labour group did.
Right. Can we move on to item C? Are there any? Are there? No, I'm cutting you there. You've asked your question. You've asked your question. I am moving on. Are there any points to be raised on planning issues? Right. To allow one question on a topic for which the parish council has a responsibility. No?
Ian,
Yes.
what lady asked about skate park, Shirley, can I ask a question about skate parking, that's it?
Well, that's again, it's charity.
No, that's fair enough, go on.
Leave it,
Yeah.
please.
Why?
Um,
Want to be discussed now, then?
Through the chairman, ward members, have you got, Clive, anything to address? No? Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Can I,
You can see I've not sat here for
can I
more than
just
2 or 3 years.
refer you back to that slide set, saying slightly off, the brief notes from the public session last time. I was asked a question as a ward councillor by Councillor Ireland, as a resident, not as a councillor. He's had a reply to his questions from the appropriate strategic director of Rotherham. I've not heard anything from him. I've had a copy of that, so I presume he's happy with the responses he's raised. Seeing that he's not here tonight, I just thought I'd clarify that it has been responded to his queries.
Okay, I think, if I'm right, that's the end of the public session. To receive apologies of absence, they're in the book. That's for the previous meeting. Any members' personal interest to be disclosed? Item 3, to receive notification of the need to
Are you
comply.
not going to disclose an interest in Safe at Last?
Pardon?
Are you not going to disclose an interest in
Well,
Safe
when
at
we get
Last?
to Safe at Last,
Well, you just asked for an interest and you haven't
no,
declared.
no. it's up for individual members to deal with their own affairs.
Well, certainly, but
To
everybody
receive
knows you're a member of
notification
Safe at
by
Last, and they
section
would
2 of the
expect you to
Local
declare an
Government
interest. Very rude talking over me now.
Well, you're very rude to keep assuming that you must make decisions
When
on
I'm
questions of judgment by other colleagues.
when I'm talking first, it's very rude to talk over
Item
me.
4,
And you've just done it again.
are there any items which the press and public may be excluded? I don't think there are any. Right, okay, well, Michael says there might be one. I must admit, because I wasn't expecting to chair this, I've not studied it to that degree. If we get to it, we can raise it at the time.
Can I ask which one it is we're supposed to be looking at?
Don't know. To
Well,
confirm meetings...
Well, just I've asked a question. The chair has just said...
Item to identify it.
Right,
Identifying it or not.
the clerk,
No, there are two ways of handling this, as you will know. One is that you say now that question 93, subsection 2, will be considered in private, if somebody has marked that. The other thing is that when we get to an item, you suddenly realise that it will be wrong. You can then move it at that point. It doesn't have to be done now.
Chair, it's on the agenda to identify it
Exactly.
now. We vote on it when we get to it, whether it's going to go into
Right.
confidential session or not. That is how
It
things have
makes
been
no
done in the
odds
past.
whether we
Right.
identify it
Right,
now
the clerk-
or at the time.
the clerk just leaned over to you and said there's a possibility there's an item thing. So we need to identify it. I'm asking you, can we identify it? There's no need for all these arguments when councillors are doing the proper job by questioning what's going on. Stop arguing with us and just chair the meeting.
Look, it is 14:13. Well, I know about this complaint about an allotment. You wish to receive it in private session or in public. Right, okay, thank you. We'll decide when we get there. Right, minutes of the meeting held on Monday the 16th of March. Would somebody like to move those to the correct record? All those in favour?
Just 1 second, give us a chance to read them, please.
They're not correct.
Right.
Page 2 of 2.
Chair, the public
Hang on,
session
Mark.
is closed.
Members of the public,
Yes,
they
but-
don't get to say.
Under the item of Councillor Bolton's pension, I asked.
Right, Chair. This is a member of the public. This is not the part where the public play.
No, no.
So if you're going to uphold the rules, you have to uphold the
Last
rules.
meeting was extremely unpleasant for all concerned. Mrs. Thomas, what is it you wish to query?
It should be written in the minutes.
Right, I'm standing on point of order, so we now ask members of the public to now stop speaking, please, Chair.
Sorry?
And now you're ignoring me, and you're ignoring standing orders,
Right.
and you're doing it deliberately, so I'm asking you now, I'm standing on point of order. We're in a part of the meeting,
What is the number
just,
of your point of
I'm
order?
making an explanation.
No, no, what is the number of your point of order?
Right. Are you going to chair this meeting, or are you just going to be obnoxious all the way through? Right? Members of the public, in this part of the meeting, as you're so careful to point out almost every meeting, are not allowed to speak. You're now asking us to approve the minutes. Members of the public, by any way or means, do not have a say on whether the minutes of the meeting are right or wrong. You know that, I know that, we all know that. You have just deliberately allowed a member of the public to speak in order to gain a personal advantage. So I suggest we go on to accept the minutes without the assistance
Right.
of the public.
Thank you for that. Gordon?
13014.
Yes?
I accused you of bribery and corruption.
Pardon?
You heard. Bribing me and corrupting me.
How?
Trying to.
How?
By awarding me that prize, that raffle prize, that best competition prize.
Okay. Well, I don't...
Well, it's not down in the minutes.
No, because it's factually, it's total nonsense, Gordon.
No, it's not total nonsense.
Set you up, George.
It's not total nonsense at all.
Gordon,
You did bribe me, tried to bribe me,
I don't-
and you did try to corrupt me.
I sometimes wonder which planet we inhabit. I don't understand either what...
And I think that
Well, I
comment,
go back to Mrs. Thomas.
I think that comment will just, right, I'm
Mrs.
standing,
Thomas, you don't sit down.
I want to ask a question.
also it is...
No, Mrs Thomas.
Chair, you need to be consistent.
Mrs Thomas, what I do...
I'd like to withdraw.
When I stand on a point of order, Chair, when I stand on a point of order, Chair, you're supposed to stop the meeting and listen to what I have to say.
When the councillor rises on a point of order, they have to identify the number of the standing order that has been breached.
No, they don't. They can offer an explanation. Now listen, I just said to you once already, I said to you once already, that I either chair this meeting properly, honestly and fairly, or I would suggest you need to leave. Because you're not doing a service to this council at all.
I know that there's a very small number of people that wish to see the parish council founder. I have never been with that information. I have served as a parish councillor since 1983. All you are trying to do is to stop normal people having a straightforward conversation. I am not prepared to be treated that way. You are behaving badly. You've already been censored by the Standards Board. This meeting is now closed.